for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff. But
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
We
you want one
can't, we
quick
can't,
question?
we can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
Yo, what's up, everybody? My name is Rashad Milligan. If you are new to the channel, this is the road to 5K subs. This will be a shorter stream, probably like around 20 minutes, to be honest, if that. As you see, I got the boxes in the back. I'm moving soon. New kind of location, everything like that. Next stream will be, if my next stream isn't tonight, then it will be on Tuesday because I'm not getting the internet until Tuesday morning at the new spot. But yeah, man. First things first, prayers up to Aubrey Plaza. Uh Prayers up to, hold on, let me turn on the light. Prayers up to the city of New Orleans. Uh I think it's tough working in news, it's tough working in media. Sometimes with tragedy, because with tragedy, like you see like the news cycle in real time. You see the behind the scenes of the numbers, and the numbers slowly start to go down after the first couple days of a tragedy. Where the interest was so high when it first happened, and then a couple days later, like kind of goes down. Like I think the natural interest goes down about said tragedy, and it kind of goes back to normal. The numbers start to go back up for the everyday stories. The sports and everything like that start to go up, and it's a very sobering thing. Just seeing in real time, and it could be tough to deal with, of just like how, like, what I'm saying, human nature, human brains, like we could literally see something, kind of move on to the next, be like that's sad, and then move on to the next thing, and then keep going on with our lives. Like regardless of what happens, life continues to turn. But for those families, those 14 families, and those 3 dozen families whose lives will never be the same, um they have to deal with that for the rest of their lives, for eternity. And that is terrible. When all the camera crews, when all the YouTubers, when all of us stop talking about this thing, they still have to sit and deal with that for the rest of their lives. It's not just oh snap, a hot story and the number. These are actual people and families and everything like that affected by this stuff. So that's the first thing I wanted to say. Now the title of the video, as you guys see, Jeff Baena. Rest in peace to that brother. He was probably like in his 40s or so, and this comes literally a week maybe after I did the video on OG Maco and Chauncy Glover. Chauncy Glover, it was apparent, kind of rumored of what happened with him, in the same vein of what happened to OG Maco, which was self-inflicted. And the video was just talking about, like, how do we create a safer space for men and stuff like that. And that's why, on the side note, I thought it was funny when a lot of people that were new to the channel and didn't really know who I was came on the Jeff Teague video where I was defending the WNBA and black women and women's basketball. I was like, you people never come to bat for men like this. And it was like you could see the hurt in their comments, and also like the fact that they didn't know me, because it's like, you don't know me. But anyways, that's the internet. Aubrey Plaza, speaking of Jeff Baena, has one of my favorite quotes about social media. And I tried to look it up and find it so I could quote it word for word on this video, but I couldn't find it. In 2017, she did a press run for a movie that was called, like, it was about Instagram, right? And on the press run, what is it called? Well, I'm trying to see what the movie was called. But on the press run, she's talking about social media, and she said it's so weird because you feel like you're being so social and interacting with all these people around the world, and in reality, you're just sitting in a chair staring at your phone for 20 minutes. And that was just so, like, powerful. Some people call it goofy, or like thinking she's holier than thou. I always looked at that and was like, wow, like that always goes in the back of my mind when I'm doing too much screen time, when I'm just scrolling on my phone too much, or just like in a room by myself. And I think I'm so connected to the world because I'm on the internet so heavily. And so definitely prayers up for Aubrey Plaza. She's so self-aware, and so is Jeff Baena, from what I've seen from him in his interviews, promoting his films. I believe he was a director and a writer as well, a filmmaker as well. So salute to both of them. But going back to this male thing, how do we create a safer community for men, and what does that look like? I think we have to create a space that allows men to be weird. And when I say weird, I don't mean in the sexual creepy way. I mean weird as in do something that isn't on beat of traditional hyper masculinity. So like if a man isn't, oh yeah, I provide for my family, I just chop down trees and this and that, and played football and did 50 100 push-ups in a row. If it's not that all the time, and it's just like, oh, I'm silly. If a man wants to do that, a man should have the space and the ability to do that. You know what I'm saying? If a man does what I just did right now, a man is going to get roasted, cooked, all of the above. And it forces you to kind of like, you laugh on the outside, but it forces you on the inside to kind of go into a cocoon and, not really truly show who you are to the world. And so over a prolonged period of time, you kind of end up suffering on the inside because you're not truly being who you want to be. A safe space for men looks like high school musical. I hate to use like a kid movie for an example, but a high school musical where, all these people come out and say who they really want to be and who they really are and who they truly are. In the case of 24 Left Eye 5L over there and stuff like that in Atlanta, when he went on the bridge, even though he wasn't going to jump, he just wanted the attention. But even just the thought of going on the bridge, it's like he wasn't comfortable with the world knowing who he truly was. And with that, it's like, now it makes me, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it a beam with y'all, I'm gonna keep it 100% transparent with you. Growing up in a Bible Belt in the South, growing up in a Christian household and going to church and everything, and discovering Jesus for myself in my early adulthood years and stuff like that, it's very easy to look at, the rise of the LGBTQ kind of movement, and like the publicizing of it, making it public, making it go mainstream, all the parades and stuff like that, and all the LGBTQ focus events, looking at that and hearing right wingers and conspiracy theories, and even members of the Black community and Pan Africanism and stuff like that, just call it, an agenda that they're pushing. They're pushing the gay agenda on it. They're pushing this on it. They're pushing this. They're forcing this on the kids. And now, after seeing these few certain situations, I'm looking at it, and some people might say, "Oh, finally, you're dumb," but I'm looking at it like, dang, that wasn't all about just pushing an agenda on children and forcing them to go one way with their sexuality before they even know what sexuality is. That is simply just welcoming people and letting people know that it's okay to be themselves, and it shouldn't be a matter of life or death because you don't want to show the world who you truly are. And we should allow that. If a man, because we're speaking on men here, if a man feels away and is in the closet, he should feel comfortable enough to come out of said closet and be who he truly is without worrying about having to die or having to. I rather not be alive than see the embarrassment of the world knowing who I truly am. And that's just sad, man. It's sad, bro. It's honestly sad. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying right now, I came a long way from where I was in that world and stuff like that. Coming from, a lot of just kind of I feel like, as a Black man, especially in Atlanta, you face a lot of homophobic views that kind of implemented in you in like our society and stuff like that. And it's like, I thought I was doing the work to get out of that, but now I truly see what the entire thing is. And it's like, we really, truly, to create a safe space for men, a welcoming, warm environment for men, we need to understand why, right? It isn't just to push an agenda, but it's to welcome a safe space for everybody to be themselves without being scared to kill themselves, or not I'm saying, not live and stuff like that. So that's just what I wanted to say on that. We definitely need to create a safe space for men to be who they are with their orientation. We need a safe space for men to be who they are personality wise, if that's offbeat, if that's not the traditional masculine man. And we need a safe space for men to be sad and vulnerable I think creativity and creatives have some of the most kind of just kind of risky careers, bro. Because in creativity, you're putting literally what's in your mind, your some of your darkest, deepest thoughts and everything like that, what you're going through at a particular time. We all have moments where we're sad, we all have moments where we're happy, we all have moments where we're grieving, we all have moments where we're crying, we all have moments where we're laughing, dancing, having a good time, smiling. And what creatives do is they put those all those feelings and emotions that they're feeling at a particular time, where whether it's an extreme time or something like that, and they put it on wax and they present it out to the world. And it's a risky thing to do, because once you put it out into the world, you no longer control it. It's the world's now. It's no longer yours. So whether that's music, an album, a YouTube video, a comedy sketch, a movie, a book, whatever that is, it's the world's once you release it. And now you put yourself subject to what the world is going to say about it. So the world is like, this sucks. This doesn't make sense. Oh, you're whack. You're a simp. You're gay. You know what I'm saying? You can go down the line. You're not black. You a coon. You can go down the line of stuff that people are going to say to you once you release something out into the world, something that was most vulnerable to you in a very vulnerable moment in space and time. So it's like we need to allow, because how many times, I'll say with SZA, I know we're talking about men here, but I'm gonna say with SZA. With SZA, she just dropped her new deluxe project, right? SZA's a lot of SZA's music, if you're unfamiliar, is a lot of it is kind of crying for or wanting back someone that she used to deal with in her past romantically, begging for him, calling him multiple times until he answers the phone, calling him multiple times and contacting him multiple times without a response, and to the point where he blocks her or he ignores her or he changes his number and the text go green and the call just goes doo, doo, doo. The call can't even be completed because the man was so tired of SZA and her singing about the hurt from feeling rejected like that. And also, willing to accept her biggest song first coming out in 2017 on Control was just talking about being a side piece and being happy to be the second woman and not being the primary woman. And if you look in kind of real life with her image throughout the years, she's gone through multiple surgeries and different changes to her face and her body appearance to get it to a point where trying to love herself out loud. So it's in the art, but it's also in real life. And a lot of women kind of just make fun of it. They're like, my self esteem is too high to get SZA. My self esteem is too high to listen to SZA. SZA girl, get up. SZA's such a loser. LOL. Like these are just some of the regular comments and rhetoric that come from fans after SZA's being so vulnerable and sharing her art about her insecurities and everything like that to the world. If a man makes a song that's like crying about a woman, saying like old school R&B where they're crying about a woman in the rain and stuff like that. And now it's like, why is R&B different? And it's so toxic and it's just about intimacy and banging banging bang, what I'm saying, all the above. Why is that the case? And it's because men, if you get on the track and you talking about a woman and loving a woman and wanting a woman back and chasing a woman, this is post red pill era. Red pill was probably like 2020 to 2023 where it was at its peak. Kevin Samuels, all the alpha male, Andrew Tate, all those guys were at the top of kind of the media online cycle of telling men how to move and stuff like that, right? Excuse me. And their main thing was always a mind of abundance, never chase, let them come to you. A mind abundance mindset, right? Which is a good thing, but it's also like people took it to the extreme, and like anybody that talked about pursuing a woman or wanting a woman back or begging for a woman back or begging for her to come home, everything like that, like Anderson Paak said in 2020 on the album with Andre 3000, Come Home. He said, please come home, no one even begs anymore. Like when he sung those words and everything like that, you sit back and you're like, no one does beg anymore. Like that's crazy. And it's because of pride and everything, this kind of like invisible gender wars and stuff like that, which is all propaganda to only make either side feel more self-conscious than they were before. And it's self-destruction. This is the product of it. Chauncy Glover, OG Maco, Jeff Baena in the past month. This is the reality of the situation when you create fake gender wars. This is the reality of the situation when you make a man feel less than, this is the reality of a situation where you have a where you have comments and everything like that constantly commenting on this man's wife. Oh, I want this man's wife. Can this man's wife fight? Can this man's husband? Can this woman's husband fight? Can this woman's? This is the result of all of that stuff, man. Life is difficult for everybody. Life is difficult. Remember to be kind, and at the same, just mind your business, bro. The way that one man lives, Travis Hunter, should not bother you on your day to day, bro. And I know this is ironic coming from a commentary YouTube kind of channel where I'm commenting on like current events and stuff like that. That's me technically not minding my business all the time. But when it comes to individuals and individual situations, we shouldn't go to individuals and just pick on them, right? We should just let them be. Drake has been sad his entire career. That's his brand. He's tried to act like he's not sad, kind of in 2015, 2016 on, and do this whole like kind of gangster image and street image and stuff like that. And it spilled into real life allegedly. But he's a sad individual, man. And I feel like we should keep that in mind before it just Drake sucks, Drake sucks, Drake sucks, Drake sucks, Drake sucks. Like even if we think Kendrick won, because I do think Kendrick won and stuff like that, but we should just be more kind and cognizant that these are real people, and these are real lives. Even like they said, there was no empathy following the news of Jeff Boehner on social media. It was just a lot of comments and dark humor saying, "Oh, so you're saying there's a chance with Aubrey Plaza now? You're saying I could get Aubrey Plaza? Like that's crazy, just that." And it's like talking about how Aubrey Plaza looks and her this and that and everything. And it's just another example of why that even happened. So, men, we need to be more kind to ourselves and allow ourselves safe spaces and environments to where we can be ourselves. Maybe we should change some of the traditional kind of things of what manhood looks like and what manhood is, and guys being dudes is. Because a lot of it is like, talking about our guy friends and speaking down on them and stuff like that and masking it in the form of a joke. I'm definitely not, I'm saying, innocent from that. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the South. I roast my homeboys all the time. My homeboys roast me. That's how we grew up. But maybe we should look at alternative ways to handle life and the way that we speak to each other, the way that we welcome each other, and the way that we even make them feel like it's okay. If you're going through something, you can reach out to me and talk to me for real. And not just once, you could do it every single day if needed. You could talk to me every single day if you upset about this girl or your job or your music career or your acting career. Whatever the case is, whatever you're upset about, you're not where you want to be in life. It's okay for you to call me and talk to me about this, bro, every day until you feel like you can make it on your own, bro. And I feel like as men, we don't have that because it's every man for himself. I'm dealing with my own stuff, brother. I can't deal with that. I'm sorry, brother. Or it's just, man up, lock in, get some money, get to a bag, lock in, get some money, disregard these women, get to a bag. And it's like we should be less dismissive and more open to helping one another because we're all in this thing together. It's not going to get easier. The statistics are the statistics. I'm gonna close with this, sharing the statistics, and then I'm gonna let y'all get to it. The statistics are the statistics. In 2022, men 3.85 times than women. White males accounted for nearly 69% of them in 2022, and firearms, guns accounted for nearly 55% of them in 2022. These are the statistics. This is real life. Like I said, once again, prayers up to Aubrey Plaza and her family. Prayers up to OG Maco and his family, and continued prayers to Chauncy Glover and his family, and prayers up to the community of New Orleans, the locals of New Orleans, and the families of the victims, the 14 lives, and 36, nearly 3 dozen that were severely injured of those families as well in New Orleans on Bourbon Street. My name is Rashad Milligan. As always, you please take care of yourself. Y'all have a great week. Y'all have a great Sunday. Peace.
Steps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but.
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
We can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.